what's up? This is RaVaughn, and you're checking out Your Music, My World.
I've been, like, dying to get you on my site. Like, I think you are an amazing artist.
Thank you so much.
So you started your singing career doing demos for other artists. How do you think that experience has helped you out as a, like, solo artist?
I definitely learned a lot from just doing that, just because I was able to take, everything that I learned from, singing background for Keisha Cole and Brandy and Carrie Hilton, and it kind of helped me to develop who I was as an artist. I was able to pick some different artists.
You just released your new single, Better Be Good. What made you decide that would be the first single from your album, Love Always? That actually wasn't going to be the first single. We serviced it to college radio just to kind of get a buzz about me and, I won the college list, which was like a huge market. And when urban radio heard it, they loved it and started playing it before the label actually serviced it. So we just went with it. It worked. But it goes along with, like, my whole movement about women empowerment. Like, I feel like women we're emotional creatures and we love so hard. When we get in relationships, we forget about ourselves. So I'm here to kind of remind women that, that's a male bag. So when a guy isn't treating us right, we can be by ourselves. We don't need things. Don't get me wrong, because I love men, but when they're not treating us right, we deserve to be treated well. Well, I must say I love the song. Like, it has that throwback feel, but it's so current.
Definitely. I think what we're trying to do is bring back that old school feel of R&B music that makes you move, and that's actually talking about, something other than just turning up. That's fine, but every second of our lives isn't about turning up.
Yeah.
So I kind of want music that is relatable and people can listen to. Back in the day when you could put in, you could feel in a certain way, and you felt like, I need to listen to this song. I'm going to put this in and kind of relate to what I'm going through or whatever, So that's kind of what we're kind of doing. Not trying to reinvent the wheel, but bring back that, when music is really talking about something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since being announced as Neo's new artist, what has your life been like after being signed?
Man, it's been totally different. I'm actually on the road right now. I'm on my promo tour. So I'm at, in a different city almost every day. I get to travel a lot with him, which is great to watch him and see how he works and learn from him. And it's really nonstop because he never stops. So, of course, being signed to him, I can't stop. You can't have an artist that doesn't work hard too. So it seems like a great example of what an artist should be. Okay. And it's a lot of fun just because I get to do what I love at the same time.
Yeah, so definitely. I saw you at the Grammys too when y'all did the pre-show. You looked great.
Thank you.
That
dress was like a last minute kind of dress. I had a stylist that didn't come through for me on the for the dress that I was supposed to wear. And so that dress that I had on, it ended up working out really, really well, but that dress wasn't the dress I was going to wear. So, but I was really excited that it worked out that way.
Yeah. Well, you did look great, I must say that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, your debut album, you calling it Love Always. What does that title mean to you?
Well, it came from at first it came from just the way I signed my name. I signed it with a heart, and I feel like I'm always through it. And then it kind of applies to my life and kind of how I was raised, and my parents always taught me just as far as, you have to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. And you have to be comfortable with yourself before you can, and it's not just in a love type of relationship, but anything, with a sister or brother. I'm the oldest of three, and, you have to love yourself before you can love somebody else and be happy or cool with somebody else, So my whole movement is just, you gotta love yourself first and put love in anything. If it's your job or, whatever you do in life, you gotta put love in it.
Well, with being a new artist, what do you hope to bring to the music game that you think is missing?
Well, definitely R&B. I feel like that lane is wide open right now. I feel like we're so missing that, and I think that there are artists that are trying to bring that back as well, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Artists like Stephanie, which I love her. Miguel is killing the game right now, and I'm excited about it because it's opening the doors for R&B to come back. And I feel like, the audience is actually yearning for that too at the same time. So not really
trying to reinvent the wheel, but bring back what's missing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I definitely feel like Mary J. influenced, my sound a lot. I feel like she opened the doors for so many artists. She's passionate, and the way she sings, with conviction, you believe everything she says. She sings about it. She's a strong woman, so I love and I look up to her a lot.
Well, besides Neo, who else did you work with on this album, such as producers and songwriters?
Oh, I worked with a lot of great people. Jerry Wonder actually produced a single. Mm-hmm. And who else did I work with? Babyface. I worked with The Dream. I worked with J. Cole. I worked with Eric Hudson, Marsha Ambrosius, Andrea Martin, Wale, of course, John Legend and Fab. Just a lot of great, people that have had longevity or huge hits in the business,
Yeah. Okay. Well, this sounds like this might be a good album.
I think it will be.
Well, you have been doing, a little promo. I saw you on Twitter. You saying you've been, doing shows and stuff. How has, the touring life been and getting your name out there more as an artist?
It's really exciting just to go. I just performed at Wild Splash in Tampa, and to be on the stage and have a mass of people singing my song and knowing it has been incredible. People are starting to know the song now, not just not just just hearing it on the radio, but they actually know the words. So that's crazy, and it's like nonstop. I don't ever sleep. I love sleep, so I miss it a lot. But I'm enjoying meeting people and getting to meet my fans that I talk to on Twitter here and there, and people that follow me, and actually going to those cities and having those people that I've talked to over the course of this year come out and actually see me and support me has been incredible.
Well, your single, every time I turn on the radio, I hear it. I'm just yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
People are grabbing onto real music now, which I really love. Did you think that single was going to be, getting such a huge response that it has been?
I didn't really expect anything because, you never really know what people are looking for, but I did know that R&B is trying to make a comeback and it's the lane is open. So, it's just what I believe unfortunately, a lot of times it's about how people can connect to the actual artist and not always their music now. It used to be just the music and it didn't matter how you looked or, what you did in your life and what you wore and all that kind of stuff. So I think it all plays a major part. So, living a certain lifestyle and, making sure I'm sharing it with everybody and, posting pictures on Instagram and letting people feel like they can connect with me and knowing that I'm doing the same type of things that they're doing. It's been a challenge, but it's also, I'm opening my world to people and I'm not afraid of doing that.
Back in September, you released your EP, Love Always, the introduction. Will your album have the same elements as the EP, or is it a little different?
It'll be a little bit of a different direction. My album is way more R&B than the EP. The EP has, that ratchet music on it too, so I love that ratchet music too. What I wanted to do is basically put some music out that people could enjoy, and because everybody's trying to turn up, and but also have a piece of me in it, as an artist and what I love as music. But my album is definitely just straight R&B, like that old school feel good R&B, and then it doesn't really have any turn up ratchet music, which I'm not against. This album doesn't have it.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. I'm in love with your music.
Do you have the sampler?
Huh?
Have you heard the sampler?
Yes, I've heard the sampler. I was just about to ask you about that. But the sampler, you had this one song that wasn't a snippet. Was that going to be the first official single?
Well, Better Be Good is the first official single. We actually did decide to run with that as the first official single.
Okay.
You're talking about Over, though, the second song of the sampler?
Yeah.
Well, that was originally going to be the first single. We were talking about that being the first single. But I feel like that is it's going to be like a woman's anthem over movie. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to put that out there and people to hear, a full another swing song for me to kind of get a feel of what I'm about and what my music and my album is all about. But I'm not sure if that will be the second single or not. It's between two songs. It's either that one or another one, more than likely. And we haven't decided because I'm with Compound and Columbia. It's like, we got a whole bunch of heads in two different companies, so it's like we all got to come together and come to a happy medium.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with working so close with Neo, has there anything that you learned from him about like being true to who you are as an artist and being successful as well?
Absolutely. I can appreciate him for who he is because he's still very down to earth, very humble, and he has a million accomplishments. He's done so much, written so much for so many people, and performed everywhere. Everybody loves him. Has love in the States and overseas, but just watching him and how he remains humble and dedicated to his fans and still giving them what they want. And, whenever we go anywhere, like, he will never say no to a picture, an autograph. We could be there for like an hour, and he will stay until the last person, is satisfied, but that's what it's all about, like, you are nothing without your fans, like, you're not a success without, your fans supporting and getting your album and coming to your concerts and all that. So I think it's so important. He showed me that it's so important to treat everybody the same, not, I'm above you or I'm better than you or whatever, I have more money than you or whatever it is, it's just all about remaining humble and working hard and continuing and being appreciative of everything that you get and everything that you do because it can all be taken away as quickly as it can.
Yes, it definitely can. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up the interview, is there anything like you want to last minute words you want fans to know? You can shout out your Twitter, Facebook, all that.
Just to remind women that if the guy's not treating you right, you tell him that you don't have to be there. And it's just all about my whole movement about women empowerment and self-worth and self-value. We work so much and forget about ourselves sometimes, trying to please other people. So just reminding all the women to make sure all these dudes treat you right, or whoever you're with, tell them that it's better be good to you. And my Instagram and Twitter are both the same. It's